Welcome to Awakening Heaven on Earth. Before we begin, take a moment to arrive. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to believe, and nowhere you need to go. Simply listen, contemplate, and notice what stirs and resonates within you. This is a shared space of reflection, presence, and remembrance. Now, let us begin. Welcome to this episode focused on healing the family, the first circle of love, sacred text references. In this episode, we listen to sacred wisdom from traditions across the world, each pointing us toward the healing of the first circle of love. Family is where many of us first learned love, and for some, it is also where love was confused, withheld, or wounded. So we come to these teachings gently, not to deny what hurt, not to force closeness where wisdom asks for space, but to invite healing. Compassion. Forgiveness. Boundaries. And a remembrance. Let each sacred text become more than a reading. Let it become a mirror. Let it become a prayer. Let it become an invitation to restore unity where love first began. Let us begin. In Christianity, in Colossians chapter 3, verses 13 through 14. Bear with each other and forgive one another. And over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. This teaching does not pretend relationships are easy. It begins with patience. Bear with each other. It continues with forgiveness. Forgive one another. And then it reveals the thread that holds all healing together. Love. Love is not the denial of pain. Love is the power that keeps the heart open while truth does its work. Unity in family does not mean there has never been conflict. It means love is allowed to become stronger than the forces that separate. Now, let's reflect on this. Where in your family life is love asking you to practice patience, forgiveness, or a deeper kind of compassion? In Judaism, in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The first circle of love teaches before words are fully understood. Children learn through tone, through presence, through safety. Through what is modeled more than what is spoken. This wisdom reminds us that family is formative. It shapes the soul's early understanding of love, trust, belonging, and identity. But it also reminds us that patterns can be healed. What was not taught in love can be relearned in grace. What was distorted can be restored. Consider this. What did your family circle teach you about love? And what are you now being invited to relearn, heal, or pass on differently? In Islam, in the Quran, chapter 49, verse 10, the believers are but brothers, so make settlement between your brothers, and be mindful of God, that you may receive mercy. This teaching calls the human family back to reconciliation. It does not ignore conflict. It names it. And then it calls us toward repair. Make settlement. Seek mercy. Return to the bond beneath the disagreement. In the family. This wisdom becomes deeply personal. It asks us to consider how we respond when there is distance, hurt, misunderstanding, or silence. Unity does not always mean immediate reunion, but it does mean refusing to let bitterness become our home. So ponder this question: where might mercy, honest repair, or a softened heart begin to heal a family wound? In Hinduism, in the Mahabharata, the family is the cradle of the world. In it, the soul first learns to love, to serve, to suffer, and to forgive. The family is called the cradle of the world because what is learned there does not stay there. The way we love at home shapes the way we love the world. The way we forgive in the first circle shapes how we approach conflict beyond it. The way we serve those closest to us becomes the training ground for how we serve the whole. This teaching honors the complexity of family. Love, service, suffering, forgiveness. All can live within the same circle. And through them, the soul is shaped. How has your family shaped your capacity to love, to serve, to suffer consciously, and to forgive? In Buddhism, in the Dhammapada, verse 204, health is the greatest gift. Contentment, the greatest wealth. A trustworthy family, the best relationship. And nibbana, the highest bliss. A trustworthy family is a great blessing, not because every member is perfect, but because trust creates safety, and safety allows the heart to open. In Buddhist wisdom, contentment and peace are not found through grasping, but through right relationship with life. In family, this becomes the practice of non-harming, presence, honesty, and compassion. Where trust has been broken, healing may require time. Where trust is present, it is to be honored as sacred. Where in your family or chosen family does trust need to be protected, restored, or gently rebuilt. Again, in Christianity, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 12, verses 48 through 50. Who is my mother? And who are my brothers? Whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother. This teaching widens the meaning of family. It does not dishonor biological family. It expands the circle. It reminds us that sacred kinship is not only formed by blood, but by shared love, shared truth, and shared devotion. There are those who recognize your soul, those who walk beside you in love, those who become family because their spirit knows yours. Unity honors both the family of origin and the soul family that appears along the journey. Who has become family to you through love, truth, presence, and soul recognition. In Confucian wisdom, in the great learning. When the family is regulated, the state will be rightly governed. When the state is rightly governed, the whole kingdom will be peaceful and happy. This wisdom teaches that the health of the wider world begins in the smallest circles of life. The home is not separate from society. The family is not separate from humanity. How we practice respect, honesty, listening, responsibility, and care in our homes ripples outward. Unity begins in the intimate places, and then it becomes culture. Think about this. What kind of world are you helping create? Through the way you practice love, in your closest relationships, in Indigenous wisdom. The famous saying, Mitakuye o Yasing, or, in other words, all my relations. This sacred phrase reminds us that family is larger than blood, larger than household, larger than ancestry alone. It includes the earth, the waters, the animals, the ancestors, the generations yet to come. Family becomes the entire web of life. To heal the family is also to heal our sense of belonging within creation itself. Now consider, how might your understanding of family change if you remembered all life as sacred relation? As these sacred teachings come together, a deeper truth begins to emerge. Family is not only where we come from, it is where we are formed, where we are challenged, where we are invited to heal, and where love can begin again. Sometimes that healing happens through closeness. Sometimes through forgiveness. Sometimes through honest conversation. Sometimes through boundaries. Sometimes through the grace of chosen family. But always, healing begins with the willingness to let love become wiser than pain. So before you leave this moment, pause gently. Bring your family into your heart. Those who loved you well. Those who wounded you. Those who taught you. Those who left. Those who stayed. Those who became soul family along the way. Hold them all in the light of compassion. Not to erase the truth. Not to force what is not ready. But to remember that no wound is beyond the reach of grace. The first circle of love can become the first circle of healing. And the love restored there can bless every circle that follows. As we come to a close, remember that this journey continues in many expressions. This podcast is part of a family of partner podcasts. Awakening Heaven on Earth. The space between heaven and earth and Living Heaven on Earth are 3 companion podcasts exploring spiritual awakening from complementary perspectives. Awakening Heaven on Earth offers the core teachings and mystical reflections on unity, love, and conscious living. The space between creates room for dialogue, reflection, and lived conversation around those teachings. Living Heaven on Earth focuses on basic spiritual practices that help embody these insights in daily life. Together, they form a unified journey of understanding, experience, and integration, inviting listeners to remember their connection with the divine, with one another, and with the living world. You can find all of them available on the same podcast streaming platforms wherever you listen. And if music helps carry these teachings deeper into the heart, the Unity, Awakening Heaven on Earth album is available on all major music streaming services as a musical companion to this journey. Wherever you engage, through listening, reflection, conversation, or music, may it gently remind you You are not separate. You belong to the one life. And heaven is already unfolding within you. Until next time, walk gently, love deeply, and embody heaven on earth.